Hello and welcome to Fosseway Classic Car Workshop. A couple of months ago, a really cool and really old project moved in, and it's Chris's. So Chris had a few months ago for his stag do, the MX-5 off-roader conversion. If you haven't watched that, please do, because it's a really cool weekend that we spent in here. But Chris has moved this really cool 1933 Ford 5-window car in, and I don't know much about it, but as you can see, it's kind of being disassembled at the moment. But what is it, and tell us about it.
Yeah, so as you say, it's kind of broadly a 33 Ford 5-window coupe. It came over from the States, so it's a US car.
It was quite recently came over, wasn't it?
Yeah, it came over in sort of COVID time, so I think it was about March 2020. The guy I bought it from imported it. He was planning to do, I think, hill climbing with it.
Okay.
Yeah, very, yeah. I think the goal with it is because it was so rough, I don't think you could do any bad with it. You know, whatever you did to it would only improve it. So he wouldn't have really minded, you know, using and abusing it or chopping the roof. Or
but it does have racing provenance, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So this was a stock car in the States. So, but that is basically oval dirt track racing. All the cars are set up to turn left. So this car has what is the kind of ultimate stock car setup. So it's Ford truck parts, which are much stronger and heavier than car parts. Big fat wide tyres, that kind of thing.
And it's set up slightly asymmetrically, isn't it? It's different things on one side of the car to the other.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a they call it a aluminium safety hub on that side, which is it uses a rear truck actual axle shaft from the back, so you can run bigger bearings and that kind of thing only on the right hand side. From the rest of the body, you can see that it's seen quite a bit of action. So covered in dents, probably been on its roof at some point. The whole thing is probably acetylene welded together very roughly in someone's barn. Yeah,
but crucially, it's got a flathead Ford V8, right?
Yeah. So this is a 59AB Ford flathead V8. I think it's about 3.9 litres. On a good day, you probably get 100 horsepower out of it when it was brand new. Now, less. Yeah.
Your intention is to do a bit more straight line stuff than perhaps the ovals.
Yeah, so I bought this to turn into actually eventually a road car. Right. So the idea is to turn it into a 1950s period correct hot rod with all the kind of right bits from that era, flathead engine, transverse leaf springs, cross plies, the very old school stuff. But in between that, my friend Nathan and I, we have entered the VHRA Pendine Sands race and accidentally got a place. Right. So now we're on a shifty to build the car up, get it ready for next September.
Right, so you got about 9 months.
Yeah, about 9 months or so. I always think if cars could tell stories, this would have a lot of interesting stories.
Yeah, absolutely. It's by far the oldest car here, and it's definitely taken over as the coolest. So I popped down a few days ago because Nathan and Chris were getting this running for the first time in quite a while. So here's how they got on.
Give it a couple of pumps on the accelerator.
That'll knock the...
Yeah, but it'll put a bit of fuel in.
Yeah.
you're taking it apart now. It looks as though the engine's going to be coming out. So what's the plan? Because it seemed to be running quite sweetly the other day.
Yeah, so basically we wanted to try and make sure that the engine was working right, gearbox was working right, and we generally had a sort of running driving car, which, as you could see from the videos, pretty good actually. A couple of minor issues with the engine cutting out here and there, but overall it seems pretty strong. Yeah. So now we've done that, we're moving on to phase 2, basically. So that's try to make it a bit less thrown together, get it a bit more towards what would actually be the end game for this, the actual the road registered car. The plan is to kind of semi restore the front end first. So we'll do that as a project. So swap the axle out for a drop beam axle that I have, all the correct leaf springs, do all the shackles, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then basically, we'll put the engine back in once we've done that, set the proper engine mounts up, new radiator to match the grille shell and that kind of thing. So if you squint, the front end will be sort of complete, and then we'll see where that takes us. So we're awesome. Tackling it in sort of chunks. So next chunk is sort of front end engine, radiator, axle.
Well, I've seen you accumulating the bits, but looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Yeah.